I'm so over quotes. I have a new hobby, hanging upside down from the ceiling. That dream wasn't so bad. That random guy at the beach left something important in the classroom? Yes. Yes. So let's find it. Yes.
Yoo-hoo, Naya, main character son.
What are you guys drinking?
Nothing suspicious. We are not doing anything calamity related. Just don't worry your pretty little head about it.
But why would doing anything calamity related be bad? If you're trying to stop it, couldn't that only be helpful?
I see what you're saying. I totally agree. We are not doing those things.
I don't know. What do you think, Yumi?
I think that I want to see Naya's insides out.
I think she's serious. You better explain why you're really here.
We are here for absolutely nothing calamity related at all. There was nothing left here in the old class building and we were not told about it. I definitely don't advise telling anyone about this because it's completely irrelevant. You also shouldn't go looking for yourself because it would be a waste of time. Oh, I honestly expected you to tell us what's going on.
Of course you know. This means war.
Neither myself nor Naya knows what you're talking about or how it relates to anything previously mentioned in this conversation. Thank you for your time. Man, I thought we'd never give them the slip. I know, right? Why were they so interested in the fact that we're meeting Misaki here to do some painting? Hey, I heard that guy said there was something left in the old classroom in this building. We should go look for it. I don't know. I think I'd rather just paint. You know? Painting sounds pretty good right about now. What are you implying, Yuya? Wait, no. We definitely just want to paint. It's not what everyone's thinking. You, explain us. Yeah, we just want to paint. Is there anything suspicious about that? Screw it. You three are coming with me to the old classroom.
Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me loud and clearly? Tinashe Zengea, are you there?
Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome. Since I noticed everybody was good and ready, I might as well just dive straight in, not delay, right?
Sounds good.
Can you see that screen that I'm sharing? Can you all see? You can
No, I can't see it.
Yes, I can see. It's not yet started.
Yeah, that's fine. Awesome. Right.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, I can see it now.
Yeah, if it's in your background, you can leave your mics on so that we can interact as we go. But I'll leave a few minutes at the very end just for question and answers. If you guys want to take notes as we go, you are free to do that, but these will be shared on your platform, your classroom. And then if you've got questions, you can just be taking small notes and we can discuss at the very end. So I'll be taking you for social media marketing 4. My name is Simeon Mutize, as you can see on your screen there, the cover of the presentation. Now, social media marketing 4 will be covering, it's a bundle of those 4 platforms, YouTube, Pinterest, Snapchat, and TikTok. I'll obviously zero in on YouTube and then paraphrase on the other ones. Because of time, I'll just paraphrase most of the rest of them, but YouTube is what we are particularly interested in for obvious reasons and reasons you will understand as we go. Right. So social media marketing 4, we'll be interacting as we go, as we share assignments. And if you guys want to ask anything, if you want to, about your assignments, about your work, about digital marketing, I've put also my contacts there. It's my WhatsApp number, 0732447633, and we can always interact there. I've been with the Marketers Association of Zimbabwe for the past 4 years. I've taken several classes over the years for mobile marketing, one of your modules, for digital marketing strategy, and for this particular one over that period. And some could say Jurassic, but there's no substitute for experience and structure. I've been a practitioner of digital marketing for more than those 4 years. The 4 years is just me facilitating or lecturing with the Marketers Association of Zimbabwe. But as a marketer and digital marketer, I've more than 8 years of experience. The latest of which were with Telesales Zimbabwe before I moved to SPA, and now I'm based in South Africa. So marketing and digital marketing is something I'm very passionate about. I've grown with. I know there are always, the digital space is very dynamic, fast-paced, and ever-changing. We try to keep up as we update your module, and also as we go about our various business. We try to keep up, and I believe there's 1 or 2 things that you guys can gain from this, and you can also gain from each other. So fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be, I'll try to be very fast. There's a lot to cover, but we cannot finish everything in these 2 hours. We'll just try to cover the whole syllabus in these 1.5 hours, the rest of the time for question and answer. Then as I give you the assignments, we'll be interacting. And this will not be the end of the journey. We are marketers. We believe in networking amongst yourselves, and also with us, your facilitators. We are always open to exchange notes and assist each other as we embark on our various careers. Right, that's just the point of departure so that we know each other. Unfortunately, with online lectures, and because of limited time and data constraints, some people want to budget their data. I will not allow you guys to introduce yourselves. And we will probably get to know each other by other means, not now. It would have been important to also hear from you guys and have this as an interactive class. Right, let's get into it. Introduction to social media marketing. These are just definitions. This is for you. You're probably now conversant with social media marketing, by what it is all about. Here, it's just introducing those 4 platforms that I talked about. But these are some of the definitions that industry experts define. For example, digital marketing strategy is the series of actions that help you achieve your company goals through carefully selected online marketing channels. These channels include paid and owned media and can all support a common campaign around a particular line of business. Now, paid, we all know what paid is when you pay to get your adverts flighting on these platforms and others that you may have already covered. And it's when someone is reviewing your content or your post, or people are sharing it because it's informative, it's exciting. You start earning that mileage or that media channel. It can be YouTube, it can be Snapchat, Facebook, whatever it is. It can either be paid or owned when you have your own platforms, pages, channels that you look at. When we look at YouTube, you'll see how you can own your own YouTube channel and utilize it to push your brand and make money for yourself, whether an individual or you are a brand, corporate. You can own your own channel or your own media there. Right, another definition there, social media is not just media. The key is to listen, engage, and build relationships. That's David Alston, an author. You can read all those other definitions. There are millions of them. But these ones, I found them particularly interesting because they will help us understand what we are talking about here. Right. The last one also, let me read it out for you guys. Social media is the ultimate equalizer. It gives a voice and a platform to anyone willing to engage, right? Keyword engage. It's the ultimate equalizer, you see. So because of the global village and the World Wide Web, everyone's got an opportunity. Big brands, small brands, individuals. We are all coming from different backgrounds. Unfortunately, like I said at the beginning, I didn't get to understand each and every one of you, what it is that you're doing. It's also important that as we give examples, we streamline to your sectors or something that you're familiar with, but there could be entrepreneurs amongst us, people running their own business, self-employed. There could be guys from the corporate sector working for big brands, and you are in the marketing department as a digital marketer. You can utilize social media for whatever line of business you are involved in or whatever career path you're following. I've had students in the medical field, you know, they're working for doctors, and the doctors want to now push their brands, whether it's a personal brand or their surgery. They're embracing that space and saying, I need to talk, even engage with my patients digitally, because that's where they are, exchanging notes, you know, all those things. So don't feel like you may not need to use it. You definitely need to use digital marketing, and social media is one channel that can be very resourceful. Right, so let's get into YouTube, guys. We all know YouTube, but do we? We know what we've seen material on YouTube, videos, music videos, and so forth, but it's important to understand from a business perspective how we can benefit from YouTube, or from a marketing perspective. YouTube is a video sharing service, just a definition for the benefit of all. We cannot leave anything to assumption, where users can watch, like, share, comment, and upload their own videos. It was registered on February 14, 2005 by Steve Chan, Chad Halley, and Jawed Karim. These three guys were employed by PayPal. And they registered this channel. But we all know now that it was bought from them by Google, right? So YouTube, that's why there's that seamless integration between Google and YouTube. And if you're advertising, as you see later, if you're advertising on YouTube, you use your Google ads because it's one company. Now, the functions of YouTube, what can you do on YouTube? Users can search for and watch videos, can create your personal YouTube channel. You can upload videos to your channel. You can like, comment, share other YouTube videos. Users can subscribe or follow other YouTube channel users. Last but not least, you can create playlists to organize videos and group videos together. Are we together? Is that a comment? Okay, maybe they're just catching their breath. We move on. If you want to interject or ask or bring me back to a point, you can either raise your hand on the chat there or say so. Okay, someone seems to have some activity going on in the background. If you've got activity in your background, either you're cooking or someone is walked into your room and you're talking, just make sure you check your mic is on mute so that you don't disrupt the lecture. So those are the functions. Let's see how you set up a channel, right? Or an account. Personal YouTube channels are typically run by one person, meaning the channel only has one administrator account that the single person handles everything and cannot add a new administrator to that personal channel, right? But there are also brand channels where you can have several administrators, just like you do on your Facebook, where you've got 2 or 3 or so many administrators managing that channel, and you assign roles accordingly. So I'll just, maybe that link you can use later, but I'll just explain it, how you go set up a YouTube channel. For someone who may not know, I know this day and age it's very easy because people do it from their mobile devices, where you just by default, Android devices come with the YouTube application because they are Android, and Android is a Google software, right? So you get it by default, but not everyone is on Android. There are others who are on iTunes, on iOS. You can download the application on your Apple Store, the YouTube application. So when you have that and you have configured your device, your gadget with your email already, if you've got a Gmail, you already have access to your YouTube application, because it's one of, remember, Google is a number of applications: Google Drive, Gmail itself, Google Classroom, Google, all that. Those who are familiar, you realize on your menu, your Google menu, if you are in your email, and to your top right, there's that drop-down menu where you can list all those Google functions that I'm telling you. Even if you are not on your mobile device, you will see there's also YouTube already there. Now, by way of having a Gmail, you can easily open your YouTube and you automatically configure your channel there. But maybe someone does not have a Gmail here. I'm not going to ask. There's no opportunity to confirm. But like I said, we're not going to leave anything to assumption or chance. I'll just tell you the step by step. Those who know, be patient with us. Right. You first of all sign into your YouTube on your computer or on the mobile device, like I told you. You click your profile picture or your profile, your Google profile. And then you select the option to create a channel. When you click there, it gives you an option to create a channel. Remember, I said there's that integration between Google and this. So the menu already gives you the option to create the channel. You'll be asked when you select create, you just confirm your details with your account name and photo. If you are happy with everything, because confirming, remember on your laptops and you've got so many accounts, so many emails going on, you could have 3 or 4 emails. Someone has used your device before, your laptop before, and their email is still logged onto your machine. So if you just if you click create without confirming your details, you may create a channel and start using someone else's email or account that they may access from somewhere else, especially on shared devices or devices at work that are on a network. Just verify that you're using the correct email. Some people actually then create a Gmail for the brand, you see, not their personal email. So you say deltabeverages@gmail.com. And then once you start using that to create the YouTube channel and so forth, I think it's advisable that way. That's the simple steps, right? So with the business, that was the personal channel. With the business channel now, YouTube channel, you can connect. Someone raised a hand. Okay, let me check. That's best. Basi Kandima. Is your mic on mute? Do you want to ask or you want to
Yes,
type?
I want to ask, are you sharing any slides because you are still stuck on YouTube overview?
You are stuck on YouTube overview.
Yes.
Everyone is stuck on YouTube. Okay,
I'm not sure.
I moved on from there.
Yes,
I said there was this link, this material, this information that I'm giving is on that link that you can, which I say, please see step-by-step guide attached. Now I had explained that I'm explaining what's on that link, the steps.
Okay, that's fine. I had not seen the link as well.
You had not seen the link. Okay, it's when the slides become available to you guys, you can just click on that link and find it. Or alternatively, they say the search engine is now overtaken dogs as Ben's best friend, right? You can just Google search the steps if you want to maybe share with your teams at work, or you want to have the material close to you, but it's not something that you need to bother yourself with much, because you can self-navigate from your Gmail account. So I was explaining the steps on this link. This is what I'm explaining, and I'm saying on the business channel now, you can connect your channel to a brand if you want to use a different name than your Google account. Okay. You just sign up again, the same steps, and then you go to channel list. Now you're connecting that personal channel to a brand. please note, you have not created a channel specifically for the brand. You're just using your personal channel, right? So you go to your channel lists now, and then you choose to create a new channel or use an existing brand account. There's that option. When you click that channel list, and it gives you, the menu gives you those options, right? Or is it wiser that we try to do this? I've tried to go with the previous classes step by step, but connection issues. We've got Zoom running and then trying to open. Do you guys want me to try and show you practically, or you can then try it on your own using the steps that I've listed? Let me see.
Please
I've
try.
tried.
Please try. Please
Yeah,
try.
it has disrupted a lot of lectures. Okay, just hold on as I try to open my new one. Yeah, because it works better when you are seeing it. This is what I'm telling you. These machines start freezing when you try to run so many things at once. Someone needs to mute their mic. Take us through step by step. Okay, let's try to do it. Let me open my Gmail. Yes, which screen do I want to share now? See, the thing starts freezing, guys. Connectivity issues plus the memory of this machine is betraying us. Should I open? I don't want to open some of this work stuff that I had going on my machine. So trying to create a new one. All right. Yeah, this never worked. I was just overzealous today and thought I could try for you guys. Share screen, Gmail. I'm going to stop this screen and share this other one. So yeah, that is while the machine does its thing, we can be talking. So we were saying you can create your own personal channel that you can then link to a brand by those steps that I explained, right? So there are three options that we are looking at here. We are saying you just want to create your own YouTube channel as an individual. You have created it and you start posting and start doing your thing there. Start monetizing. We'll talk about monetizing later. Or working for a company. You're working for which company? Can I give an example of so many companies? You guys know that. We already talked about Delta. Lest I be accused of advertising for someone. Let's say CBZ Bank, and they want to have their own YouTube channel. Is the screen that I'm sharing now up? My YouTube, I mean my Gmail? Not yet?
No,
Not yet.
it's
No,
not
it
out.
can.
Yeah, this is, just give it one more try. I'm not usually not successful with that. I don't know why I decided to try for you guys. So you can then link that personal channel to your brand, to your company, and you start pushing your brand. Or you can just create a new Gmail for your company. Then you open a channel using that Gmail, and then you start adding admins there. one or two admins from your company. You can add their emails to manage that. Are we making progress here? I think it's going to, I'll give it one more try. If it's slowing down the machine again, I'll start moving forward with the lecture. Google Space. Right. Yeah. Share screen. I'm not going to be a bad carpenter who blames these tools, but for this one, I definitely know it's not me. I refuse to be accused of not knowing how to manage Zoom, or it's this little machine that's very slow and connectivity. Let's see. One more try. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes.
You can see this one.
Yes.
So do we
Yes.
go back to the beginning? Do we go back to, all right. But I already have, the challenge about using this is I already have a channel. So this is where I was saying the top right of your Gmail account. Assuming all of us have Gmails, if you don't have a Gmail, please open it. Otherwise, you couldn't be on Google Classroom if you didn't have a Gmail. So all of us have it. And if you go to your Gmail, you will see the screen to minimize. Right. You click there, these little buttons at the top right. That's the menu that I was telling you about, the Gmail. You click it, you've got all these Gmail functions, these Google functions, all of these ones, your classrooms, your Google Ads. Google Ads is what this one here is what you use for advertising on YouTube, on Google Display Adverts, all that you do it here. So I'm not going to open this have challenges. Maybe someone wants to see what it looks like, but we're going to try to use it later to show you. I'll click on that. Right, me, I have an account here. You can create an account here. If you already have an account, you sign in. It's not to do this display ads thing. Are you seeing the Google Display Ads account?
Yes.
So
The one that's
here,
written grow your business.
Yes, you sign into that one. I'm just going to try to quickly show you. I've jumped the gun. I was going to talk about this on a later slide, advertising on YouTube. But since we are already here and we are able to view it, I'm just going to try and quickly show you how to set up a YouTube advert. I hope it doesn't drive me to a company account, which I cannot use. Let me use this one. This one is set up in progress. Let's try to use this one that I've used before. This second one. I think I didn't conclude adverts on it. Let's use the second one. I don't want to use people's MasterCards or Visa cards because there's a stage where we'll get to it, then it requires to do a payment. And then there are cards that are already configured here for the brands that I work with. So I'm just showing you, but I will not go the whole 9 yards. See these connection issues that I told you about. So if you are setting up a YouTube advert, you do it from this application, Google Display Ads or Google Ads. Sorry. So this is the one that I'm trying to get into. If you've got a Gmail, it's already available to you on that menu that I showed you, top right. I don't know if you have done display if you've done search engine advertising already. Okay, because I was creating something already, it jumped a few stages. Let's create your video ad here. You see, I'm now in with my account and I can start a new campaign. And this is a new campaign. Assuming we want to set up an advert on YouTube. So you start selecting the options. What do you want? Do you want to drive views and traffic to your website? From that, these are the options that you want to choose. Or drive video views and engagement with your channel, whatever option you want. Let's just do the website one, because it uses various algorithms to not only target people, but you can have backlinks or hyperlinks to your website and so forth. You know, I already mentioned, I asked you if you have done your search engine optimization. You may have touched on some of these things. I don't want to stray too far outside of the syllabus of this module, so that we cover everything that we are supposed to. But let me just quickly show you this, and then we go out of it. Are you guys seeing? Let's create your video ad here. Hello,
Yes.
anyone can confirm? You are seeing it, right? So I've selected the one where I want to get engagement on my channel. Meaning I want people to see my channel, to view the videos that I would have uploaded on my channel. So when you have uploaded a video to your channel, we'll look at it later. Like I said, unfortunately, forgive me, I've jumped the gun. It will all make sense as we go. You pick your URL, the one for the on your YouTube on your YouTube channel. I'm just pointing here something. I don't want to. I've got a YouTube open already. You know what a URL is? That on your someone's. Are you currently trying to analyze performance for different levels? No, let's close this one. The URL, this one, you can copy it and paste it in there. I wanted to copy something. So when you paste it, you go to the next step. It's not going to accept it if I don't paste something in there. Can I paste something? Now I have to open things that I didn't want to show you guys. Let's copy this one just for demonstration. I see now it slows down. I've got a lot of things open and running. Okay. What happened to my application? Let's go back to it. Display ads is what we're showing you. I'm gonna go back in those steps. You copy it. The long and short of it, I think those who really want to do it, we can just engage on a personal level. You've got my WhatsApp account now. We can engage one-on-one or in smaller groups, more direct, so that I don't take much time. You see, I was booted out, and now I'm going back into where we were. But I don't want us to lose time. Paste the URL that I just copied there, assuming that's the video from your channel that you already created that you want to advertise. I copied it already. Can I paste it there? But I have no rights to that one. I've just posted something that I was viewing. You see what it does there? You can also customize here. Say how it will be viewed on desktop, and how it will be viewed on a device, mobile device. You see, because these are mobile optimized. When it moves to a smaller screen, it reconfigures everything, so you can see how it will look there. And then that's the video I pasted in there. You enter a headline, what you want to call it. Maybe it's a brand new Mercedes C-Class. And then a short description, all that you're customizing there. Remember, we are now just doing an advert, and I don't want to go the whole way lest it costs something I don't have rights to. Just put demonstration there. When you go to the next step, if you keep going step by step, you get to a stage where it asks you to make a payment. And when you make that payment through MasterCard, your advert will fly. Now, this is the targeting bit. Sorry, someone wants to ask. This is the targeting bit. Most of the rest of it is just like your face. I know you did social media marketing 1 and 2. You would have done social media marketing where you target on Facebook, how you target, you know, and demographics and so forth. The same here. Which people do you want to target? Where you want to target the whole world? You want to target these countries? You can select Zimbabwe. You can select all these language and so forth. Most of it is very much straightforward, as you guys can see. I thought I had someone with an objection. Should I carry on? Are we following? Right, good. I think we are following. Assuming I've selected all these that it is selected for me by default from a previous campaign that I worked on, it calculates your average cost per view, right? Because I've got these numbers. If your numbers change, the cost may go up or higher depending on how many impressions you want to have. You'll find out what impressions are later when we talk about engagement and analytics. Right, I'm just going to click next. There's like a million things to talk about, but we will not waste much time. That's again targeting by gender, demographics again by age and so forth. Maybe you know that there's no way an 18-year-old is going to buy your S-Class, the one that you're selling at Smoko, so you don't need to target them. You know, that's one example of how you target. I know we're marketers and business people here. Maybe you know your product is not for persons under 18. Maybe you're selling alcohol. You may pull them out of that so that you get more punch for your buck. You know, you don't want to throw good money after bad money. You don't want to advertise and speak to people that you know are not going to buy. So this is the beauty about digital marketing, social media marketing, is you can target and measure. See who has viewed, how many impressions you've had of your advert, has viewed it. Yeah. Have I reached the 4.3 that I paid for, to give you all those analytics? Assuming this is your target market, you just go on to the next stage. I think I'm about to stop now because I don't want to assume that I've selected a campaign. But that's display ads. Okay. Now tell us what you want to reach people with specific interests. You can select people with interests here, petrol heads, I don't know, fast cars, race, you know, the kind of people that may be interested in the product. Remember, we are now in the age of big data marketing. All this data is constantly being harvested from people from their device, because people's are all constantly checking. I mean, those cookies that you accept and your shopping patterns and all that stuff. That data helps you and I as business people and marketers when we approach these platforms like Google. They can give us the exact person we are looking for, because that data is constantly being harvested all over the world. So you can select someone who has the interest in your product, or who has searched something like that before. That's what we are doing on this page. Okay, we can do this forever, but I think I'm going to have to go back and just do what we came here to do. We were saying we've got this menu and there's YouTube here. I hope that the same stuff that I've been working on, SAP stuff. Right. I already have a channel, so it's going to open my channel, obviously. But we were trying to show you guys how to create one. If you don't have it, by way of having a Gmail, you have a Gmail. But if you don't have it, to give you an option to create a channel. See how slow this thing is. I'm going to have to go back to the screen of my slides, and then we move on with the way to find the important thing. And as you play around with this thing, you familiar with it. It becomes easy. Right. So it's already opened my channel and the stuff that I'm always looking at. Okay, so let me go back to the slides. I could have logged off from here. Remember, I said you click on your picture or your face here. And you can log off or create, even add another channel. Just show you. See, my channel, YouTube Studio, all that menu, switch channels. We've got several channels. Can switch there. All right, let me go back to my slides for today so that we move with time. Share this one. We are back here, guys. So that we cover everything we need to cover and remain guided. If you are interested, again, I said it's a journey, it's not an event. We have just begun this journey as digital marketers together. Let's constantly communicate and ask each other questions. So we're just discussing how to create accounts. It's not rocket science, something you can even practice and self-teach. So we won't dwell too long on it. Let's go to the next bit of information that we need to share today. So I want to just maybe, assuming you now have a channel, whether it's your personal channel, you've created a brand, I thought it's important to just, you may or you may not have done this in your previous social media marketing modules, but it's also important that we just talk about the content creation process. It cuts across social media platforms. You can customize. The only difference is who you are targeting, which platform you want to use, because obviously not every platform is for everyone. For example, if you are in the B2B space, business to business space, you obviously think of pushing your content or your brand or your products on platforms such as LinkedIn, which are more business friendly or business oriented, and like your Snapchat, which we'll talk about later, which has a whole different demographic altogether. But whichever channel or platform you decide to use, this process is applicable across. It will be a question of customizing it and correctly targeting. So let's talk about it. Content planning is the first step. I found this process to be very useful, and I thought if I share with you guys, it will help you very much as you go forward, whether you're pushing for brands or pushing for yourself. You define your goals. You do your content plan. You define your goals in your content plan. For big corporates, these emanate from your strategic business plan into filtering into your marketing plan. So you can get the same goals because they are organizational wide. They are not just marketing specific. These same goals then advise you what do you want to achieve through social media. Do you want to sell? Do you want to increase engagement? Is it brand awareness? You want people to know your brand? Are you fighting competition? There are tons and tons of business goals that can be streamlined into this content plan. And then when you have those goals, you can build it. If you are big enough, you build a content team, or where you've got maybe a relationship manager there, you've got a digital marketing officer there, because depending on the size of your organization or your brand, you may need a team. Or even if you are a self-employed individual, you can be a one-man team in this regard, because you are not chasing too many goals. You have goals that are specific to the size of your business or your organization, right? And then you ideate, you come up with ideas, and you plan your content. So if I want to increase sales, which products am I selling? Okay, I'm selling shoes and dresses. So how do I want to position my shoes online? Do I need influencers? Do I need short videos? We are talking about YouTube here. Explainer videos explaining what the durability of my shoes, or how trendy my dresses are. Do I need explainer videos or so forth? You're coming up with ideas. Next step will be assigning tasks. Remember, it doesn't matter if you are one-man gang or a team, you can assign tasks. You define roles, who's going to do what. If your YouTube channel has got so many administrators, who's going to be responding to comments, inquiries, who's collecting data analytics, defines various roles if you're big enough. If you're a one-man team, just also be clear about the roles, so that you tick them off. I post on Monday. On Wednesday, I'm responding to comments, because remember, the social media algorithm also includes response rate. It builds your reputation, your brand reputation. I'm sure you've seen on Facebook where the automated response messages where you say this person normally responds within 24 hours. Those are not just worthless statistics and information. Those are also, they prop you organically, even when it comes to search engine. People are searching for brands that are interactive and engaging. They get a lot of hits, so to speak. So it's important to have those clear roles. How often do you check your responses, who responds when, and so forth. Review, editing, revisions. Use collaboration tools, proofread. If you don't have a copyright, if you've got teams, someone can write copy, someone checks and someone approves. That's what is basically saying here. Checks and balances to proofread, even checking the graphics themselves. Is the pricing right? Is the advertising agency, if you're using advertising agencies, have they captured our brand correctly, our pricing correctly, our message correctly, and so forth. If it's a full campaign, there's a whole lot of things to look at. If it's just one meme or one post, still it needs to be checked against the original goals that we want to drive, right? Then yes, I've already mentioned someone approves, says it's okay. And then you post or publish your video, upload it as and when you had planned according to your content plan. You said you post a Monday motivation on Mondays. Tuesday is, I don't know, whatever themes people run with today. Men crash Monday, women crash Wednesday, whatever the themes, you are all constantly checking, have we not missed our timelines? Publishing. That's why teams are good, because people balance each other out. So even special holidays, someone needs to check. We have not missed the Independence Day, 18 April. You don't want to say something is trending and you want to write on it 2 days after the trend has already passed. Things like that. content planning is also about. And it's applicable to YouTube. It's applicable to even all the other social media platforms. This content creation process. And last but not least, let us not assume our videos, our pages automatically develop their own legs. They need to be promoted. They need to be pushed across platforms, on other platforms. You know, remember when we were looking at the Google display ads, there was that option of driving traffic to the website. These digital platforms, they are interactive. You know, they work hand in glove, so to speak. So you can promote even your YouTube channel or your YouTube videos on other platforms, even offline, through QR codes. QR codes in your stores or on flyers or on t-shirts. Marketing teams that attend an event and you've got a new YouTube channel, or you're running a campaign, a promotion, a winter sale, and you want people to, you know, go and buy online or on your website, you can actually promote all those things. Don't assume that when you just post, you sit back and expect magic to happen. So, and then the cycle repeats itself. We go on. That's the content creation process. Remember, we are coming from having created our channel. Now we've posted something. We've posted some content, it's running, promoted it. We go on to see now the analytics. We have posted something, how is it performing? What's happening to our content on YouTube? YouTube engagement rate is the percentage of people watching your videos who interact with your channel and content. That includes video views, likes, dislikes, comments, subscribers, unsubscribes, and shares, right? So that's engagement. And how do you calculate engagement rate? Don't worry about the bit in the middle. That highlighted formula at the bottom, the engagement is equal to total number of likes plus comments plus shares plus subscribers, right? Divided by number of views times 100. Then you get your engagement rate. That is being explained above. The average, well, what they're just saying, what to expect, for example, for on a page with 15,000 subscribers, 1.63% engagement rate is normal and so forth. It varies, you know. A smaller page may have more engagement rate. I mean, with fewer subscribers. Even as you start with your 10 subscribers, 100 subscribers, you expect your engagement rate to be higher. The more the subscribers, the more the views, the lower the engagement becomes. But a healthy engagement rate should be around 5%. And there are different parameters. For example, on the top there, the first bullet that you are seeing there, for gaming videos, they have an expected engagement rate. For music videos, they have an expected engagement rate. You know, it varies depending on the type of content. For product, you know, for products like hard sales, you're just selling a product. You're saying, in keeping with the example of a Mercedes or a shoe, buy this new shoe for $50 at Pezanamo flea market. You know, you can't expect that one to have as high an engagement rate as a new Jab Racer music video or a Winky D music video. Although that one has very high views, it will also have slightly higher engagement rate because of the nature of the content. It's attractive, you know, what we say in social media. I'm sure you've already been taught about it. make sure your content is engaging, attractive, informative, interesting, all those things to ensure that people engage with your brand. Another key takeaway in social media marketing is, remember, it's social. So keep it social, keep it interesting. Make sure you constantly interacting. You give them comedy if they like comedy. Give them entertainment if they like entertainment. Don't just be all about selling. There's a clever way of selling on social media where you either do product placements or influencer marketing, all those things. You don't want them to be so that you have a high engagement, right? These are just what I was just explaining previously. YouTube engagement and analytics, the types of videos and the percentages of engagement that you may get according to Hootsuite. Hootsuite is a social media marketing platform. It's one of many. I'm not advertising them. A disclaimer. You could prefer another one, or you can get your information from the likes of Northwater and so forth. But these guys are saying you get, for example, if it's any kind of a video, you get 92%, music videos 50%, comedy memes around 36%, and so forth. It's just information to help you make decision on the type of content to piggyback on, or even when you're creating your own videos, how you want to theme them or position them. Right, moving on. So this is where you get your analytics on YouTube. If you already have a channel, you have access to YouTube Studio. You sign into YouTube Studio. From the left menu, select analytics. If you're in your YouTube, you can try these guys out when you've got these notes. You can try it out on your own, or we can do it together. After this, maybe some other time, so that we move on. But it's just when you want to collect data of what you posted. Okay. Let's go on. And this is some of the information you get on those analytics. You can get an overview tab, which summarizes everything about your channel, the views, watch time, subscribers, all that under that YouTube Studio. These are the metrics that you'll be looking at. And then on channel level, you also get content. The content tabs give you a summary of how your audience finds your content, what your audience is watching, and how they interact with your content. You can view the following reach, engagement reports, and so forth. That's under the content. You can also see reach under that as part of your metrics and the analytics on YouTube Studio. That's the video reach. The reach tabs gives you a summary of how your audience is discovering the channel. The key metrics card shows your impressions, right? Impressions, click-through rate, views, and unique viewers. And all those other ones, engagement, audience, revenue. If you are in the YouTube partner program, you find out when we talk about monetization next. If you are in that partner program, you can, the revenue tab helps you to track your earnings on YouTube, how much you've earned, so I think let's move on. And then last but not least, you can also do research on the channel level. The research tabs give you a summary of what your audience and views across YouTube are searching for. Isn't it wonderful? Interesting, right? So that's why YouTube, that's why you've got people who are full-time YouTubers. I was laughing one day. We went to I went to a parents-teacher meeting for my little girl. She's in grade 1. She's turning 7 this year. She's 6. And now the kids were doing presentations, and now they'll be asked, what do you want to do when you grow up? You know, gone are the days of pilots and doctors. I've had one or two. I actually had one or two say, I want to be a pilot, I want to be a doctor. The majority of them were saying, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be a YouTuber. And I was like, what's a YouTuber? What's a YouTuber? What's a YouTuber? And I looked it up and I was like, okay, there are actually people who are full-time YouTubers, people who are full-time creating content, like, especially in the United States. I had another slide which I took out of just what the most viewed YouTube video had, you know, Uber gunman style. That one was in the billions. And then there was a YouTuber who had his own traffic levels and the kind of revenues they're getting. You can look it up. It's amazing what people are doing just on YouTube. So if you create your own content and own channel, besides for your employer, besides for your brand, even for yourself, a personal channel, and you really drive your content, you can earn serious money from this. Those who know one of the Zimbabwean comedians, I'm not going to mention his name, this thing about mentioning people, but it's out there in the public space. He said it himself. He was saying of all the platforms that he's on, he's making more through YouTube, the posts that he does, because people view his content and so forth. So don't think it's something that is out there in the United States or in China, even in our part of the world, in Zambia, Malawi, Zimbabwe. You can create, look at our music artists, how they're quickly bragging about, we have reached 1 million views in 1 month and so forth. They are not just doing that for jokes, it's serious money, you see. So I just wanted to clarify that some people may not take it seriously. It's good for brands and it's also good for you as an individual to really drive your content there and traffic if you are interested and dedicated. Right. I'm not going to go too long on this. Paid media. Remember, one of the definitions at the very beginning was talking about earned media, owned media, and paid media. So YouTube is paid media. How do you pay on YouTube to advertise? We were trying to do that that ad, Google AdWords, Google Ad, this one here, number 2. I tried to demonstrate it. We didn't go the whole way with it, but we can always do it. Those who are really interested, so that we don't. It's a Tuesday. Tomorrow is work. Don't take much of your time and waste those who are not interested. But we'll engage again and try to show each other how it's done, or even do it for you if you want, with your company or in your individual capacity. I'm available. So that's the second one there, through Google Ads. And then there's also what is known as multi-channel networks, MCNs. That's one way of advertising on that's another way of advertising on YouTube. So multi-channel networks are just networks or organizations that group or bunch up various channels according to similarities. They could be maybe channels that talk about beauty and health, you know. So these channels can subscribe to these multi-channel networks. They just, and then the multi-channel network sells advertising space for these various channels to you and me, the marketers or business people who want to advertise. All right. They just aggregate channels to advertise against as a way to generate revenue, right? That's multi-channel networks. I've already, Google Ads, I'll skip that one. I've already touched a bit on it. We're trying to do it. Can always do it practically. So when you finish what we're doing, you can actually do, you can buy ads on auction. right? The auction, they limit ads to 15-second, non-skippable, or a true view, or 30-second ads, which can be sold on reserve. Yeah. So non-skippable are those ones where someone is watching their favorite music video from whichever part of the world they are watching. Remember, we would have specified our target and demographic. So even if they're watching an artist, Beyonce in the United States, and they're watching from Zimbabwe, it doesn't matter who the artist is. That's between YouTube and the artist. But whatever they like from wherever in the world, if they're watching it on YouTube and they're in the area that you would have targeted, our Zimbabwe that we selected, so they're watching that video, and you as an advertiser, you bought the 15-second non-skippable on Google Ads. I'm sure you've come across it. It runs at the very beginning, and it doesn't give them an option to skip. There are those ones which skip after a few seconds, like 5 seconds. And then it gives them an option to skip. But this non-skippable one, it will keep running until it finishes at the beginning of the video, in the middle of it, right? So I'm sure you've come across it. That's what you do on Google Ads. There's also YouTube, Google Preferred. This is the ad inventory from the top performers on YouTube. In each of YouTube's designated categories, their ad inventory is available for pre-sale. You can buy these ones in advance of the top performers. Maybe 1% of the top performing videos. You can buy those ones, and but they're very expensive. And they're available to those people who would have maybe done advance agreements with YouTube, because they're very expensive, top performers. And then channel directly. In this case, the transactions get a bit more complicated for the channel owners, because they end up writing, the channel owners are the ones who are now selling their own advertising space, you see. And then this channel owner will then pay YouTube. So for example, if I've got a channel and I found some people who want to advertise on it, I'm the one who then goes to make an arrangement with YouTube. That's channel direct. Then there's paid media via ZEF. ZEF is just Zenza Enterprise Resilience Framework. It's just an Indian business solution software, right? Which sells advertising inventory, which is relevant to brands specifically, right? That's ZEF. Then digital agencies. I think I gave an example when we were talking about, when we're just going through the previous slides, that you can also advertise through digital agencies or advertising agencies. Very few of them are just exclusively digital. Those advertising agencies have got a digital personnel within them. So you can approach them and say, we want to run adverts on YouTube, and then they'll book and pay for you, right? Because they have the leverage of numbers and discounts, because they buy in bulk. They've got so many clients that they buy for. So they can give you a good return on investment. Right, are we still together, guys? Should I carry on just taking stock? I haven't lost anyone.
Yes.
Right, that's YouTube. Just to conclude on YouTube, don't worry, the other three are not worrisome. I'll just paraphrase them. I told you from the beginning that with zero, and let me check, there's a message. Yes, okay, yeah. Thank you for confirming. We cannot exhaust everything now, but we'll cover everything now. So let's talk about monetization. How do you make money on YouTube? I'm sure everyone, this is the bit that everybody has been waiting for. And people are always asking about this. Look at all those steps. All those options. And the key one, which I touched in passing, was this YouTube partner program. which is used by almost everyone who's got a thriving YouTube channel. Right. So the first way of monetizing or making money on YouTube is through what is known as YouTube Partner Program. What is YouTube Partner Program? Someone may ask. Or is there someone who wants to give it a shot? Is there a YouTuber amongst us? And there's maybe if I put a reward on it, they will come out of the terraces or come out of hiding. Do we have a YouTuber amongst us to give us a first-hand knowledge on what YouTube Partner Program is? Should I put money on it so that they come out of the terraces? I'll give you a reward, handsome reward. No YouTuber amongst us. Should I go ahead and explain? Yeah, because this one is a bit tricky. It has conditions, you see. So someone may, unfortunately, with online lectures, interaction is very difficult, you know, or interaction is minimal. So let me just do this one-way traffic thing and see if you can finish it. So what is YouTube Partner Program? YouTube Partner Program is where you meet certain conditions that YouTube or Google has put in place. If you meet them, then you can apply for YouTube Partner Program directly to Google. So what are these conditions? First of all, you must have at least 1,000 subscribers. Guys, I don't want to lie. I've had a channel for years. I've never even reached 10 subscribers. Obviously, because I didn't push it, and I've always been hiding behind the brands that I worked for to say, we're pushing brands, you know. But my personal channel, 1,000 subscribers is not a straw in the back. So when you see those guys saying, hit the subscribe button below whenever they're pushing their content, they know what they are talking about. They want to get to these kind of numbers. And when they go beyond the 1,000 subscribers, there's still more. The second bit is you must have at least 4,000 hours of watch time in the past 12 months. That's in total. So all your content, whether you've posted one video or 1,000 videos, people who have been watching, because remember some of them they're 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, you know. This is where the live streamers, the preachers, those who go to church, I'm sure you've watched live videos of your favorite preachers, Prophet Makandiwa, TD Jakes, Joe Austin. Most of them normally do YouTube lives. Now these guys, they trounce some of the YouTubers because their sermons are like 1 hour long, right? 1.5 hours, and one sermon alone gets them 1.5 hours. Can you imagine? Now, how do you get to 4,000 hours in a year? There's a lot of work to be done in there. So if that same sermon is watched 1 hour, and then tomorrow I watched again another hour, that cumulative total has to add up to 4,000 hours in the year. That's the second condition. And then, I don't know, I think everyone is in a country that has access to the program, but the country has to have access. I haven't checked which countries have and do not have. You can always do a quick Google search to find out. But another condition is that your country must have this program, right? And you must have created your AdSense account and linked it to your YouTube channel. AdSense account is just like your Google Ads, the one that we were looking at when I was trying to demonstrate Google Ad, right? So you link it to your YouTube channel. That's another condition. So, and then your content, the other ones are very basic. Your content must not be offensive, and you know, must not break the rules. Like you should indicate if you're posting content, if it's child friendly or not. So don't say something is not child friendly, yet don't say something is child friendly, yet it's not child friendly. If you breach those conditions, you will have automatically failed to meet this partner program qualification criteria. I'm sure if there are parents amongst us, you've seen that there's YouTube for kids. So if you are getting gadgets for your kids, isn't you create an account for them and indicate that they are underage, and then you give parental consent. So this is where they want to then make sure that your child is, because children these days, they don't get off YouTube. They see all kinds of things on YouTube. That's why I'm not surprised those little kids from my child's school were saying, we want to be YouTubers, we want to be YouTubers, because they are seeing a lot of kid-friendly content, interesting stuff, but it can also be dangerous if you don't create an account for your child on those devices, because they have access to other material that is not of their age, which can be harmful to their character, right? So if someone, a marketer, a business person, is going to post something on their page and they don't indicate that it's child friendly or it's not, and then it ends up in the eyes of underage guys, you miss this condition. That's how you get to this YouTube partner program. So when you meet all these conditions, you just apply to YouTube, and then they will authorize you are ready to make money on YouTube. How do you then make money on when you are now when you now have such a channel? People can advertise through your channel, and YouTube will pay you. And people don't even need to look for you or your channel. Your channel has traffic and it has views. So it's YouTube and its algorithms that then pick you out automatically, even your content. Yeah. I think we can move on to the next thing. If they accept you, you just switch on advertising on your account, and then that's how you start making money. Everyone who advertises, they'll be paying, right? Those amounts that you're seeing, the 4 cents per view, the 4 cents per view, $1 per view, and so forth, depending on you see, there's massive advertiser traffic on YouTube. So even with my small budget of $20, I'll be sharing that between YouTube and yourself if you are in the YouTube partner program, right? Okay, I've got all this other stuff to cover, but let me just be quick about it. There's affiliate marketing. When you promote a product for a brand, that's affiliate marketing, and then you earn commissions, right? You've got a channel, you just and then the brand approaches you, or you approach the brand to say, I can do videos for you and post on my channel, which is 1,000 subscribers, and to earn commissions. It's just as simple as that. But you need to first signed up with YouTube for affiliate marketing programs. The other one is what? Be an influencer. That's self-explanatory. That's on the side of influencer marketing. You've seen influencers who push brands. They monetize that way. Either you pay them to create content for you to push on your own channel, Madam Boss creates a video and talks about your brand, and then you post it there on your channel. Or Madam Boss has got her own channel, and she's advertising you on her channel. So it's influencer, because she has the attention. Then there's channel members. People are subscribed to channels and make contributions. That's membership, channel membership. All right. You can also license content. Your content can be licensed for money if you manage to get a viral video. You have posted something and it becomes viral. You are most likely going to get requests, right? For people wanting to utilize your video that has gone viral. So when you see those guys going twabam, twabam, and you're just laughing and commenting and making all those comments, no publicity is paid plus publicity. That video has become viral, and they may get brands, corporates approaching to say, can we use your content? Even without brands, remember the YouTube partner program, such a viral video, it will be used for those non-skippable adverts or things like that. So when someone is viewing it, whatever advert you see flighting there, someone has already paid YouTube and that person through the YouTube partner program. Can do crowdfunding, all those other ones, they are self-explanatory. You can read on them. Crowdfunding and all sorts. You can sell online, actually sell merchandise, sell your product directly. You can monetize that way by selling directly. You know, I think let me leave it there for now, so that we clear out what's remaining here. That's how you monetize on YouTube. But it's all in pushing your content and creating subscribers. That's the key. Get as many views as possible and get as many subscribers as possible. I will not talk about best practice because we mentioned some of it as we're going. Make sure your content is child-friendly. That content posting process is also best practice in terms of how to market that content. Plan your content, fact check your graphics and so forth, schedule and all that. It's all part of best practice. So let's just talk a bit about TikTok. This link is to a video that went viral on TikTok. You can click on it when you have the material just to see what it looks like. But I'm sure even across platforms, like I said, these platforms, they share videos that are being created on TikTok. You've seen them with their TikTok signature. You've seen them on WhatsApp. You've seen on different. So what is TikTok? TikTok is a Chinese video sharing social networking service owned by ByteDance, a Beijing-based internet technology company founded in 2012 by those guys, Zhang Yiming and so forth. Read on it. And then that graphic, it was actually a video showing the movement over the years of these various social media platforms. That graphic there, and as at 2022, that's where it stood. I'm sure there's been massive movement as well after that. So you can see where Facebook is and your YouTube, they're up there, the big guns, and you've got your TikToks on number 4 in terms of people using these platforms across the globe. Those are the numbers. 1 billion people are using TikTok. Now, if you just want to narrow it into our region, you can we can look for that that data. It's available. There are various guys that give you that data to show you people who are using it within our country and so forth. But it's just to show you that there's massive traffic and an audience for your brand, for your products on those platforms. And that's how you set up your TikTok account. If you don't have it, if you need it. Now, before I move on, it's important to know that what informs the platform that you use is a number of issues. You see, here we are talking about 4 of the many platforms. You see, YouTube, TikTok, and Snapchat. But there are all those other ones, and some of them you've probably done. Facebook, I know you've done it in the previous modules, and your LinkedIn's and so forth, your Twitters and so on. Now imagine, how do you as a brand decide which one to use, or as an individual, how do you decide which one to use? I said there are a number of criteria you may use, but me, I would advocate for number 1, know your brand. Sorry, I think I've got a comment. Is it a comment or it's a notification on another platform? Okay, all right. Yeah, so your brand, what are you selling? You know, what you're selling determines which channel best communicates your product or your brand. So don't just say, because everyone's on Facebook, I'm going to be on Facebook. I'm sure most of you have hardly seen the big car brands on Facebook. It's for a reason. They know a lot of people are on Facebook, but they are thinking, what are people doing there on Facebook? And does it, when you see them, it probably is someone sharing across platforms, you see. But you definitely find their YouTube channels or YouTube videos being shared on those other platforms. And the other big brands like the Deltas that I've just mentioned, who have product brands under them, under their brand architecture. You know, there's the corporate brand. The corporate brands, you hardly see them there. You probably find them on LinkedIn, you see. Why? Because some brands and products are business to business, B2B. Some are business to consumer. And so they need to be in the consumer space like Facebook. And they're impressed by these big numbers, your 2 billions and so forth, because they know it's engagement and it's brand awareness, you know. And then there are others who are looking for decision makers, and they feel decision makers are on LinkedIn or other business friendly platforms. So don't just follow the crowd. Know your brand and your product, number 1. Number 2, know your audience and your target market. When I'll talk about Snapchat later, just so that you know, not to teach on it, but just to explain what it is. Snapchat is more of a teenager platform. So if you want to sell clothes, sneakers, teenager friendly products, you know, you would want to be on Snapchat. But if you want to sell investment portfolios, retirement packages, insurance, you're probably going there for brand awareness, but it will be an effort in futility, really, because those guys are not paying attention to those kind of things. So know your audience, know your product, and then your budget also advises you. Do you have a big budget to go full guns blazing across all platforms, or your budget is very narrow, so you need to select a few that you can finance in terms of promoting and creating content for? Those 3 are key. I thought I'd just put it out there as we go through TikTok, and then I was showing you how you create a TikTok channel, because I mean, you need to create it if you're going to be advertising on there as well. But usually on TikTok, brands use the trend setters, and this is how you get mileage on platforms like TikTok. You go for those guys who have gone viral already, like the one that I put on that link there. Right? Okay, let's just skip this. This is a screenshot of the kind of analytics that you'll be looking at if you are putting a brand on TikTok. It's now 1:30. Let me see if there's something critical that we need to cover. This you can read on your own. Okay, can read on. This is not the assignment that I'll give you. Let's skip it. I'll prepare a proper one. There's also something known as pin interest. And that's the explanation there of what it is. Pinterest is a social network that allows users to visually share and discover new interests by posting what they call pinning images or videos to their own or other people's boards. They call them boards in Pinterest. What you call Facebook wall or what you call YouTube channel, it's now being called a board in Pinterest. So when you're pinning onto their board. So what basically is these terms or words or descriptions are based on our physical reality, what we are familiar with in the offline world. When you've got a notice board, you can pin a picture, or you can pin a paper if you have seen a notice board at school or somewhere. This is where it's coming from. So people are pinning what they're interested in. They're pinning images and pictures. What Pinterest is all about is about collecting people of similar interests so that brands can target them. And there's a recent development which is very interesting on Pinterest, where someone can actually, through what they call Pinterest lens, they can use the camera of their phone and take a picture of something that they are looking at right now. It could be, if you are a nature lover, you love animals, and you see a bird that is very rare, you've never seen before, you're out there on safari, you can actually take a picture of it and then run it on Pinterest, and then can give you information on what it is, the species, where they are originally from, information around your interests. If it's not birds, if it's something else, it can actually give you information on that. But while it is doing that, it's also identifying your interests and grouping you guys according to interests for brands to easily target you. All right, that's Pinterest. Setting up an account, you can look at that later. And that's a screenshot of the analysis. So when you have an account, a Pinterest account, you can go under your business menu. There, see that menu. You can look at this analytics data. Say you have posted something. You have posted a very good post. Pinterest is all about high resolution, good graphics. You have posted something about your. Let's see. We've done cars. We've done everything. Literally, I'm running out of examples. Maybe you guys are selling wood furniture, and you've posted a new couch, beautiful new couch, and you want to see how many people are viewing it. Like I said, social media is pretty much the same across. The analytics are all the same, impressions, views, and so forth. So now you want to look at how your pin is performing. This is the data you're looking at. How many people have seen it, have viewed it, and so forth. It helps you make decisions. Something I will not talk about because you probably know it from your previous modules already. So let's move on. Best practice again, that goes without saying. Pin consistently, at least 5 times a day. Differs from other platforms. This one, it recommends 5 times because these are just pictures, few pictures, different from Twitter or Facebook, where they actually encourage less posts. You see, You share your pins, apply rich pins for your website. You can also hyperlink this to your website, right? And so forth. Can read about that. Don't worry about the quiz. I was going to ask someone what this is, but I know you guys are getting tired, and I will probably lose another 10 minutes asking you what this is. So I'll just move on. It's Snapchat. So what is Snapchat? Snapchat is a popular messaging app that lets users exchange pictures and videos called snaps, right? So the difference, or the key difference with other platforms, is that this one, they are sharing and it disappears. Just share the images and pictures and it disappears. And very popular with teens and young guys, this one, especially in the United States, because they don't like to leave a record. they don't like to to be followed, to be tracked, so to speak. So they like this Snapchat a lot, and it has grown. And the vast majority of Snapchat users is below the age of 25 across the globe. And now we saw the number. It was around what, 300 million, right? On that graphic that I showed, 300 million across the world. Now, 30% of the 34% of those are in the United States, and it says 60% of Snapchat users are ladies, women. Just some data around Snapchat. But myself and most of the guys that I hear, they're probably not using Snapchat, right? So I think, what else do we need to know about Snapchat? How to market? Because with Snapchat, like I said, it's all about them taking snaps. That's hence the name Snapchat. Snaps pictures, and then they start sharing with each other. Or you can invite your friends once they create. I hear Snapchat is now on 400 million users, actually. Yeah, it's around 400 million. So these are predominantly young guys, teenagers and so forth, who are on there. So if you want your brand to reach them, obviously you've got products for this. Obviously you need to be in that space. And how do you market? You just post Snapchat stories often. If you create your own Snapchat, you just post stories often, promote the Snapchat page in different platforms, like I said, because it's fairly new. Most of your networks is on other platforms, so you want to bring them over there. So you post you promote your page, your Snapchat page, on the other platforms. And there's what is called a sponsored lens. So you create a sponsored lens. Sponsored lens are just where a brand or your business sponsors somewhere where these guys can snap or link up network. These teenagers, they just snap through your lens, and then it creates a sort of a profile for your brand where they make reference to it. And the other thing is, you can let influencers take over your account, your Snapchat account, and you can offer promotions or promo codes or discounts to your product for someone who they see your Snap lens or your whatever you would have put there. They can actually use the promotion code that they would have seen there to buy in store. Most of these, of course, it can work for consumer products like supermarkets, and retailers where they can just scan it. Maybe it's a QR code, and then when they come to purchase. But there's a lot of logistical issues involved. It hasn't been fully embraced in our part of the world, but it can be very useful if you are targeting such a demographic who are very active on that platform. I don't know if there's anything else. Maybe you want to know how it works. Snapchat, it's now 22 before I open the floor for questions and answers. Well, if you want to open again, some of our majority is 25 years and below, and I won't even tell you my age, so I'm not on there. But if someone is interested, all you need to is just you sign up. All you need to sign up is just your name and email address and your birth date. You see. So on Snapchat, users go by a handle, like the Twitter handles. They also have handles here, but they say Snapchat is actually overtaken Twitter. And Snapchatters, because they are kids, remember, they usually use pseudonyms, what they call ghost accounts in Twitter. Here they call them silly names, and they like that, and they use that. And if you want to add friends, you can upload your contacts or search for people you know, or you can automatically add someone by taking a picture of their snap code, the ones that we talked about earlier. What they would have snapped, and there's a snap code or a special QR code which is unique to that user. It's just information for those who may be interested in it. But for purposes of this module, ladies and gentlemen, I think we covered everything that we needed to cover. We can always be learning as we go, as they say. Quality is a continuous process of improvement. So we can always be learning and improving as we use these platforms, as we go, and we can always be assisting each other going forward. Thank you so much for your time. I'll open the floor for questions, answers, additions, and subtractions. Let me put up my cover page whilst we do that, so that those who want to take the WhatsApp number can take it quickly for further and future communication. Right, Stella, go ahead. If your mic is unmuted, Stella, you've raised your hand. Or you can type if you have any challenges. Yes, we can hear you now.
You can hear me?
Sorry? Yeah, I can
Can
hear
you hear me? Okay, thank you.
Yes, I can hear you, Stella. Please go ahead.
All right. So mine is just kind of what I'm interested in knowing, or perhaps you guiding us, because we are here learning digital marketing. It's so exciting, and we've learned quite a number of things, especially on opening new accounts accounts on what social media platforms. Can you guide us which platforms suits better on which sectors or industries? For example, I would love to believe that platforms like maybe Pinterest, platforms like TikTok, maybe they work better. Okay, maybe Pinterest works better on sectors like health, beauty, clothing, and stuff. So I just wanted you to give us a guide that which platforms suits better on which sectors.
Okay. Yeah, that can take us a whole another day. So, because there are so many platforms and so many sectors. So it becomes difficult for one to begin, but you've already given an example, a very good example where you talked about beauty and health. So Pinterest, the picture ones, I'll just put them broadly as picture ones or resolution ones, the picture and video ones, your Pinterest, TikTok, YouTube, they are very good with experiential brands or products. The visual brands or products, the ones you are referring to as beauty and health, your food, your cars, products and services. I mean, services, these are already products. Services are difficult to just sell through these kind of platforms, if I will put it broadly. But there's no one size fits all. I would be lying if I tried to say for brands and products like A, B, C, D, use these ones. But there's a broad guideline where I was talking about business to business, business to consumer. If you are thinking of something corporate, something insurance and service, you are thinking of platforms like your LinkedIn, where there are decision makers there. You've got your CEOs, MDs, FDs using those platforms. But if you want consumer products and the beauties and the health that you're talking about, you also go for the mass market type of platforms, your Facebooks and so forth. YouTube cuts across really because videos have been known to sell very well because seeing is believing. Someone sees it. You just see how popular music videos are. That will tell you that people they hate reading a lot of stuff. They are on social media to socialize. They don't want to read verbose content, long scripts. They want to be there to be entertained and just their attention span is very short, a few minutes, and there are so many products and brands competing. So videos work best. That's why we really emphasize on YouTube, because you can also embed your YouTube videos across platforms. But the best way to do this is for me to tell you that if you've got a brand or a product, engage with myself or any other of your facilitators directly. And we can, with a tooth comb, we can go through your brand. If just to give you a rough guide, I don't think anyone's going to charge you for that. Just to assist you for purposes of this certificate or of your study, to say with this your brand or your product, we advise this. I don't know if I've helped you, but that's the long and short of it. Is there anybody else wanting to ask, contribute?
Yes, you have. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Yeah, there's my number. We can always talk some more based on your specific brand or product. It's hanging. Okay, I think we are done. People want to prepare for work tomorrow. If you happen to then have questions, even especially as we start doing assignments, let's communicate. Let's get in touch. I think you've got a WhatsApp group also. If you are the class that I saw, we can also communicate through that one, the MAZ WhatsApp group that was created. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. I wish you all the best in your various endeavors. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.